And welcome back to Guy's Garage. On this episode, we are going to be talking dash cams. And of all the dash cams that I've ever owned, which by the way have caught many crashes, there is one thing that I'm annoyed about when it comes to dash cams, more than anything else. The worst thing about a dash cam, in my opinion, is the appearance of the dash cam. The very fact that it's hanging, taking up most of the windshield, looks ugly, is an eyesore, is blocking your view, is the worst part about a dash cam. Not necessarily the bad image quality, although that is annoying as well. Most of the dash cam footage that I have, you cannot read the license plate on the car almost immediately in front of you. That's a massive problem. That's not what we're going to talk about today. This dash cam that I was sent is supposed to integrate perfectly with your vehicle. This was sent to me for free. So this is not a paid promo. I am genuinely curious if this is a revolutionary product. I sent this company, who sent me an email, my year, make, and model, which is a 2023 Toyota Sienna. They sent me this and said, this is custom fit for your vehicle. So theoretically, it is supposed to look factory, which is so cool. I have such high hopes. So I'm just gonna open it up right now and look at this. I've never opened. The box has Japanese on it, and it looks like the manufacturer is, the brand is Mangoal, and the manufacturer is Honglianda Technology Company Limited. Address in Hongshu Road, Boan District of Shenzhen, Guangdong, China. So it is made in China, but what's interesting, it does have Chinese lettering. Okay, with that, we're gonna open it up and see what's going on here. Wow, it's just kind of in there, like it's not wrapped super tight. Here it is. Oh man, GPS, power plug. This is crazy. This looks like the Sienna. It's actually got smudge marks on it. So I don't know how hard this is gonna be to install. Apparently they have videos on how to install it. We've got a tool. Oh boy, there went the memory card. Here's the memory card. It looks like a SanDisk, because if you look at the other ones, okay, this is Transcend, but this looks like a SanDisk. It's literally a copy of a SanDisk. I don't think it's made by SanDisk. It says Mangoal, 128 gigabytes, micro SD, XC, and then it's got a 3 in that little U. And I know that those of you that know a lot about dash cams and memory cards, there is writing, reading speed, all kinds of stuff. Durability ratings. See, there's a SanDisk 128. So you can see the difference between the two. You see that there's a 3 in that little U right there. This one says V30, that one says V30. These are actually supposed to be identical, but the Mangoal doesn't have max endurance on it, so I don't know if it's heat resistant. But they do look on paper pretty similar. They're both class 1, so really only using it will tell you how durable and useful it is, how much it breaks down over time. I mean, all SD cards eventually fail. That's why you're supposed to reformat it like once every 30 days to keep it fresh. There's some instructions. I'm gonna spare you this instructions, and I have high hopes. This one comes with a rear camera setup, which is kind of cool. The camera that I have in the Sienna is the lowest profile camera already. I have a front one and a rear one, but this has more potential. Wow, look at the length of that cable. That is wild. Having an ugly dash cam is just not a thing for many of you, and that's keeping you from buying a dash cam. It'll protect you from fraud, from scams. If it's 50-50 and your video can prove that you weren't at fault for the crash, that's worth it. Here's the menu. This is full blown, man. They have a full on user manual. Let's go just pull out the trim piece in the van that I have to replace. The nice thing about a suction cup is it is so easy. So it looks like the guy on YouTube, I saw his instructional video. This thing can just be, you can wait to pull this small piece out and just slide the big piece down. Yeah, that wasn't too hard. That was super easy. I'm just gonna press this into the clips. Look at that bad boy. Precision. Check it out. That wasn't too hard. So this is gonna be saved. This is OEM. This is non-OEM. It looks like I've got to pull this out from the sensor cam. Plug it in here and plug it in here. The nice thing is this is gonna clear up space down here. You can see I can't use this cigarette lighter down here. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna put it up.
A few moments later.
There we go. Yeah, I was overthinking it. All right, now we're in. So what do I do with this? Do I just stuff everything up here? All right, stuff that in there. I don't think I have GPS, so I'm just gonna stuff it in there. The rear camera is right here. So I don't know where that cable's gonna go, but this needs to slide. Oh, that's it. That was easy. Here's the rear camera. Look how much cable. I'm gonna give you a tip on mounting anything to your car's windshield and back windshield. One of the things I've noticed is all the adhesives that come with anything mounts on the windshield is super hard to remove. So one of the things I've done to prevent all of that, if it's not a suction cup, is to use command strips. They don't look awesome because you have to leave this tab hanging out. But if you pull this, it'll stretch the adhesive and just comes off beautifully. So I'm not gonna do any attaching of the rear camera, especially to the defroster on the back window, because I don't wanna ruin it. I wanna be able to take it off. So I'm gonna put one or two of these command strips. Okay, so as you can see here, there's no real way to do this other than just to hack at it. Like, you could take scissors and trim it up, but you can see what I'm doing. I don't want this adhesive on my window. I want the command strip adhesive on my window. So I'll just put it exactly to cover the stock adhesive. Oh man. So all I want to do is just trim where it looks nice. Right there. Perfect. And then what you do with command strips is you hold it for 30 seconds and then you're good to go. What took me a little less than an hour looks promising, but here is the thing. I always do a proof of concept before I button everything up, cross my T's, dot my I's, and tuck all the cable behind all the paneling. So let me show you what I've done. The new dash cam isn't hidden at all. In fact, I've taped it up, and that's intentional because if this new dash cam is horrible quality versus this one, I'll just remove this and put this one back. And it does look really good. You almost can't see it. All right, we're here in the editing room, and you can see this is the Mangoal, the new rear-facing dash cam in the dark. It is, of course, 1080p, not great quality. It's foggy. We're on the freeway. You wouldn't expect tons from this, but it is nice. Like, if somebody hits you, you have proof they hit you. Here is the rear Mangoal during the day. All right, there you go. A little bit better. You can see the car, not necessarily the license plate, but there you go. Here is the Mangoal during the day. So this is as good as it's gonna get. You can see there, it's as good as it's gonna get. That's it. It is more than 1080p, but it's not quite 4K. Again, all dash cams have a problem. They don't have super high refresh, so they're not gonna spot moving text, which is a license plate. They also have a wide angle camera, which it's hard, as you zoom in, it loses quality. So because they want to capture more of the road, you're not going to get the super detailed license plate, but you can tell it's pretty decent. Here is the Viofo. I think it is smoother. It looks like it has a better refresh. It looks like it has a little bit better quality. It's a different aspect ratio. It looks wider. And there's that Toyota. So I can zoom in and do the best I can to show you the detail as that car passes by. But also I'm going to put it as a side-by-side. Honestly, they're not that much different. The Viofo is probably a little bit better quality, but I'll let you decide. Here we go. I'm just going to put them side by side. All right, yeah. So the A119 is a little bit butterier, but it's almost fuzzy. Like, it's just the way that the pixels are on the screen. You can see that the A119 is smoother. I don't know if that's my settings, but yeah, it looks like the actual frame rate is more on the Viofo. All right, I'm here in the garage and you can see 2,500 pixels by 60 frames per second for the Viofo. Okay, for the Mangoal camera, I logged into the app via Wi-Fi. Image resolution's 12 megapixels. Video resolution is 4K, but it looks like it might be 30 FPS. There doesn't look like there's a way to select the frames per second. I think that's the only weakness of the Mangoal right now is the frames per second, because there's no indication of frames per second. Don't forget to like and subscribe Guy's YouTube channel, Guy's Garage, because there is more to come. All right, it is 100% done. Here's the final result. I even took out the dash cam, the old dash cam, because I love this one. You can see how discreet it is. That's pretty awesome. You can't even tell it's there. That's wild. I gotta fix the trim piece over here from the old dash cam. But yeah, the nice thing is you can't tell it's there. It looks factory.